It's only 10 a.m. and I'm already done with today. Hello world of YouTube, welcome to day 33 of R.E.D every day. It's lunchtime. Mac and cheese. And Cheetos. I just wanna fucking die.
So much fucking yes. Go, Jackson, go. Also, Back to the Future Day. Ha!
Great Scott, the future sucks.
Just joking. I don't hate the future that we're in. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, if only the Back to the Future could happen. No, it's dumb. Because, like, it's amazing that they got as much right as they did in terms of how the future is supposed to look. Because you realize the Jetsons was supposed to be set, like, 20 fucking, or 10 fucking years ago? Like, that or that show was supposed to take place in, like, the early 2000s. Like, that show was supposed to take place in the early 2000s. So, like, they got a lot of fucking shit wrong. We're not living in sky bubbles, driving, sounding fucking hover cars. Like, no. We're fucking living on Earth, doing shit the way we do it. I like the way the world is. I like the tech that we have. You know, it's got some issues, some glaring problems. You know, racism and homophobia and transphobia and general hate as a whole is still a really big issue. But, I mean, we're doing a really good job at working past that. We're being progressive as a culture, and I'm happy about it. We're starting to be more openly progressive as a culture, and I'm happy about that. The fuck are you doing online? I like that space is still something we're looking at. Because we could have given that shit up a long time ago when we realized how expensive it is to fucking leave this planet. But we're still pushing towards it. We're still pushing towards, you know, the stars. We still have people, you know, that are actively intrigued by it, you know. There's a lot to be happy about in the age that we live in. You know, it's not just because today, you know, there's that video that's like, oh, the future sucks. It's not what we thought it was gonna be at all. Like, I'm always happy that the future is where it's heading towards, and I like the advancements that we have made. You know, because it could be a lot worse. And we're doing a lot to prevent. That sort of shit from getting bad. There was another direction I was taking this, but the text message and what I saw on my Tumblr really threw me off. Talking about how some companies don't like the way syrup looks on camera, so they used motor oil. Why would you ruin a stack of pancakes with some motor oil? That's straight nasty, dude. Do you know what word is fun to say? Ghosts. It's like a beatbox word. Ghosts, ghosts, ghosts. I actually have some shit to talk about today. I have a topic of discussion for today. And it has to do with the fact that YouTube today announced a paid service called YouTube R.E.D. where you pay $9.99 a month and you get an ad-free YouTube. You get exclusive content from a myriad of creators. And you get fucking access to movies and all this other shit. And today I'm going to talk about what I think the pros and the cons of this service are. As someone who's been doing YouTube for a little while now, I have my opinion on how the platform is run, and how it could be run, and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to start off by answering the question of, will I be paying for this service? No, for a few reasons. One, I can't budget that into my fucking thing. If I did, I'd be supporting other creators through other means, like Patreon, where the funds go directly to the creators that I care about, like Steven Vlog, or I mean Steven George, I guess is kind of his brand, or fucking other people. There's a lot of people on Patreon. The Cox and Croner podcast. There's a plethora of people that I'd support on Patreon because it's a direct to pay service. I'm not paying for the umbrella of YouTube where there's like a bunch of people I don't care about on the site because I don't like their content and I don't watch their content. You know, some may say, well, that's kind of heartless. I mean, why did you support them? Because I only want to support people I care about. I don't give a fuck about Joey Graceffa. He's one of the people who has like exclusive content on this YouTube Red. And this is why this is where kind of my cons kind of weigh into it. I like that they gave people an incentive to buy, you know, ad-free alone, because there's like that guilt of, oh my god, I'm using the ad-free, the ad block app. I'm not supporting the people I like on YouTube. But the people that are making exclusive content, the majority of them I don't care about. The only ones that I've seen, that I had heard were a part of it, that I cared about were Rooster Teeth. It's because I love Rooster Teeth, and I watch their stuff. But my fear is that with some of these bigger name people, they are going to exclusively switch over to this paid service, and I will stop getting the content that I like on the internet. There's a reason why I don't have cable, because the internet's free. Well, it's not free, but it's cheaper than cable, and it has a slew of free content that is good for someone in my financial situation. Now, will there be plenty of people that I know won't jump over to this YouTube Red? Sure. But I fear that a lot of the channels that I love that are bigger names will switch over to this service, and I'll basically have to stop watching the people that I like on YouTube, because they won't be on YouTube anymore. They'll be on this YouTube Red. But maybe that's just a fear. Maybe that's just a fear. You know, that's just an inherent fear that I have, because people like money. People love money. If there's a service that gets them more money, they're going to go for it. It's an entertainment business. That's how the business works. I'm just speaking frankly, because that's how entertainment works. There's some people that aren't like that. You know, there's some people that don't care. They make a lot of money on this. There's a lot of people that treat this like a business. So as a business, it would be the wise decision to eventually stop using YouTube and just using YouTube Red. But I digress. I also think the price is a little too high. Netflix is only $7 a month, and that has, you know, Hollywood grade content. You know, not to flack on the new media, you know, that the industry does like to shit on, you know. I'm not trying to shit on new media because I'm a part of the new media, but I feel like $10 a month.
What I was trying to get across in this part of the video that doesn't really come across in post is that I've seen time and time again what happens when people who work in new media have bigger budgets for their content, and it's usually fairly underwhelming, and I don't feel like that there's been enough successful attempts at this in more mainstream forms of media that would supporting this decision of buying into YouTube Red. It's just not something that I'm wholly convinced is a wise investment as a consumer who wants to get, you know, higher quality content from content creators on the internet. You know, I mean, there's been some successful attempts, and financially there's been some good successes, but from a quality standpoint, there haven't been a whole lot of higher quality releases made when given a bigger budget. And I'm sure that there's some more on the horizon. Like, I know Rooster Teeth's movie Laser Team looks really good, and I'm hoping for the best for that, because I love those guys. And they, again, might be the only glaring exception that I've seen it be a consistent positive thing in terms of quality, but I'm just not wholly convinced from a quality perspective that I would get content that is actually genuinely great from people who work on YouTube with a bigger budget.
But maybe if they add more people and the content is a huge step up from the actual content on their YouTube channels, maybe that'd be worth it. But I don't know. I don't think it's worth $10 right now. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I also don't care about the Google Play crap. You know, it's also why I don't have incentive enough to buy it. That's why I think the price is just a little too high. But as a whole, I think it's an interesting idea. I think it's good as a concept. You know, it gets people who use YouTube as a business more of a budget to make higher quality things. I just want them to actually make higher quality things and not use it and not waste the money that they're getting. I want them to use it to make their craft better. Make them to fund their craft and make it more upgraded. That's somewhat proper English, but that's what I'm hoping. I don't have a whole lot of hope that that's what's going to happen for most of these people, but I could be wrong. But thankfully, they're keeping the rest of the site free. which I like. I'm glad that they're not just like flat out disbanding YouTube as a free platform, because I feel like that's a huge stab in the back. That would be a huge stab in the back to everybody who supported this site for so long, because it is a platform that is designed to not only watch content but to make content. I don't like the idea of eliminating YouTube, but that's not what's on the table right now. What's on the table right now is just a paid service. Like, hey, you can keep enjoying your free content. Here's something a little extra. Maybe get some extra perks. I don't know. I feel like it's a double-edged sword, but I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it pays well. It pays off well for the company and does all this positive stuff. But I'm weary. As someone who lives on the internet, I'm weary. That's my topic of the day. YouTube R.E.D. What's your thoughts on it? If you don't know anything about it, I'll include some research down below. Yeah. They also did YouTube Kids and YouTube Music. I like both those ideas. That's cool. But the main header was YouTube R.E.D.
I forgot to end yesterday's vlog, so here's I forgot to end this vlog on the video, the 23rd to 33rd day's vlog. So hopefully you enjoyed today's vlog. Topic is YouTube R.E.D. Also Back to the Future. Tomorrow's vlog that's going up today as well has to do with a lot of stuff going on. But either way, I've been Viralrak. You guys are good at awesome situations. I'll see you tomorrow. Or also in the past, from the future. This vlog has time travel discussion. And it's done with time travel editing. That's wacky.